Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 25 for the event professional prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who is into business. He actually lost in his business during the running Rahu Mahadasa, Mercury Bugdi, and Jupiter Antra. It means what? Rahu should support for that loss, and Mercury also should support, and also Jupiter also should support for the loss. The point is that he lost the job in the Mercury Bugdi under the Rahu Dasa. But prior to that Mercury Bugdi, Jupiter Bugdi would have come. During the Jupiter Bugdi, Mercury Antra would have come, but the native did not suffer such a loss during that Jupiter Bugdi Mercury Antra. But in Mercury Bugdi Jupiter Antra only he suffered the loss. So Mercury and Jupiter should be supportive for loss, but why in that order only? Why not in Jupiter Bugdi, Mercury Antra? Why only in Mercury Bugdi and Jupiter Antra? That we are going to study in this chart, that we can identify easily with the help of our PILT theory, how far this Dasa, Bugdi and Antra, their strength and also their connections through the key planets, we are going to study with the help of the EPS tables in this video. Example 25, loss in business. We are going to study the period in which the native lost in business. This is the birth chart of that male native, born on 18th July 1969, 9:01 a.m. in Rajasthan. Before proceeding further to the analyzing the self-significations, let us have a general discussion on the birth chart. Let me open the North Indian chart. Now let us examine the birth chart, general discussion. The native is born in Leo Lagna. Lagna Lord is posted in the 11th house, but in the sign of Cancer, but in the 11th Bhava as per the degree. And that Rasi Lord Moon is posted in the sign of Sun, but in the 12th house, but close to the Lagna. So Lagna Lord is connected to 11 and also 12 strongly. That Sun and Moon are in sign exchange. Now 10th cusp. 10th cusp is falling in the sign of Venus, that is, Taurus sign, ruled by 10th Lord is Venus, 10th star Lord is Moon, and 10th sub Lord is Mars. Venus is in its own sign, good, and Venus is aspected by Mars from the 3rd house. That too, Mars is 10th cuspal sublord, that is also fine. And whether Venus is afflicted by any other planet or supported by any planet. Yes, Jupiter is aspecting to Venus. Jupiter is aspecting to Venus by ninth aspect. The Jupiter is fifth lord, eighth lord. From the first house close to second cusp is 1 and 2. We can say in the sign of Virgo, but conjoined with the Ketu, afflicted by Ketu. The Jupiter afflicted by Ketu and also being the Lagna Lord, fifth Lord and eighth Lord, aspecting to the 10th house. I mean, the 10th Lord Venus. So 5 and 8 are not favorable to the 10th house matters. So Venus is afflicted by Jupiter. So that is one point. Affliction of the 10th Lord Venus by the Jupiter is indicated. And Mars planet is aspecting to Venus by ninth Lord and fourth Lord from the third house. This is not bad, but 5-8 grouping, Jupiter is aspecting the Venus is indicating weakness. So that way the 10th Lord planet is well posted in own sign, but unfortunately it is afflicted by the Jupiter by aspect by as the ruler of 5th Lord and 8th Lord. So that is indicating some weakness. And also Lagna is also, Lagna Lord Sun is sign exchange with the moon signifying both 11 and 12. Now we have to check the self-significations. So that in general that business prospects is good, but it is also eligible to get trouble because of the influence of the Jupiter, as this is as per the affliction by aspect. And by only way of extended significations, that other planets also can become unfavorable or not, because Mars is aspecting to Venus. Suppose Mars also in extended signification, if it is having some unfavorable, then that Mars also can afflict Venus. And that Jupiter also, apart from 5-8, if it is also having another unfavorable, then that also can cause trouble, because Jupiter is aspecting to Venus. Jupiter represents Rahu. The Rahu, if it is having unfavorable, that also will pass down to Venus. So, by way of extended signification, we can further understand the affliction to the 10th Lord is further increased or decreased. So, now let us check the self-signification of all planets. Let me take to the EPS table. I have selected the event business all. Let us select the self-significators and planet colors. Ketu, let us check. Ketu is 1,159. It is not bad. And occupant of the Lagna, 159 supportive to the Lagna, but it is not very good for the, professional prospect. It is supportive to the Lagna, but not good for the progress. But the second planet is good. So Ketu, we can give it as a mixed one, because one is fine, 159 can cause for changes. Venus, third lord, 10th lord occupying 10th house is good, and 2 and 8 cuspal sublord. So that second cuspal sublord and 8 sublord, as far as the business is concerned, it is our money, this is opposite person's money and the partner's money or client's money. This is not good for the stable, financial position. But this is good only, but because of this 8th cuspal sublord, it has got some weakness. Third lord, 10th lord occupying 10th house, 2 and 8 cuspal sublord. So Venus we can give light green, but we have to keep it in mind. It has got 8th sublord. We have to be careful, though it is light green. Because of all houses are good, I'm giving green. Because of the 8th sublord, I'm giving light green. Sun, Lagna occupant, sir, Lagna Lord, 11th occupant, second star Lord, it is good. So can give green. Moon, 12th Lord occupying 12th house, close to Lagna, 16 cuspal star Lord and 4th cuspal sublord. This is good, but 12 and 12 is indicating some weakness. So definitely it can support for loss also, provided the based on the rulers we can check it. So Moon can be given pink. Mars, fourth lord, ninth lord occupying third house, close to fourth cusp and 10th cuspal sublord. This is good only, but being the fourth lord and ninth lord occupying third house supportive, but not a detrimental. 9 is supported by third house and all favorable moving towards 10th sublord. So Mars can be given light green, not dark green because of the ninth house. Rahu, occupant of the seventh house, 3, 7, 11 cuspal star lord is good, but 6 and 12 cuspal sublord. This is weak. Though sixth house is favorable, secondary house to the business, but 6 and 12 in general, it is not so good for the business. The two seventh occupant moving towards, it is indicating weakness. And so we can say it is a mixed significator, and Rahu represent Jupiter also having mixed signification. So Rahu we can give pink. Jupiter, fifth lord, eighth lord occupying Lagna 2 and 3. So this is good only, but being the fifth lord occupying Lagna is fine, but also eighth lord, it is indicating weakness. So Jupiter also pink, right? Because it is instead of it occupying Lagna and 12th second cusp, it is having other unfavorable, then would have given the red color, but being fifth lord and eighth lord only occupying Lagna, supported to the fifth house, to the Lagna, but A5 and 8 is not good for that professional prospects. So that's the reason it's been given pink shade. It's a mixed significator. And Saturn. Sixth lord, seventh lord occupying ninth house, 4, 8, 12 cuspal star lord and ninth cuspal sublord. 6 and 7 is fine. Moving towards 9, 8 and 12 and 9. This is not good. So this grouping is bad. So this is weaker. So we can give pink or light red also we can give it. But it is not completely red. But still we can to differentiate from the other that pink shade, we can give it light red also. Light red means not dark red. In this case, it is not detrimental, but occupying ninth house, 4, 8, 12 star lord and 9 sub lord, it is not good, right? So, I mean, according to the situation, we can give the colors. You have to keep it in mind. Suppose no other pink shirts are there, only Saturn, only such mixed significator, we can give pink alone. When there are many pinks are present already, then if you give pink, then we'll not be able to differentiate that. Mercury 1, 2, 11, 11, 1, 5, 7, 11 is good, and the second planet has got some weakness, but this is very good. So Mercury can be given green color. So the pink shades, let us check. Pink Ketu 1, 159, because of this one, pink. Moon, 12 and 12. It has got some weakness, because of that it is given pink. Because otherwise would have given that blue also, but 12 and 12, when we are talking about the business, it can cause loss also. Because of that, we can give as a pink shade, indicating that both favorable and unfavorable significant houses are present. Rahu, 7, 3, 7, 11, and 6 and 12 cuspal. Sublord. So this is good only because of the 12th cuspal sublord and 6 given, pink. So Jupiter already discussed 5 and 8. So you can see Rahu, Jupiter are signifying 5 and 6, 8, 12 grouping. So it is, in general, it is not good. Then Saturn already we discussed, it is unfavorable significations are significant. Not only ninth house, importantly 8 and 12 and 9 are present. So we have given the colors now, and now let us save the colors and check the destiny and the set dasa periods. Now let us go to the home page, and now let us check the destiny. Now let us check the destiny planet, 10th Lord and 10th Cuspal Sublord. So prior to that, we have to open that significator and support planet. So let us go to house grouping and click the pilt and come back, so that we will get that support planet shades also, like our selected KP EPS colors. So you can click pilt and home back and control R. Sorry, not control R. Oh, still it has not come. We have to click control B. Right? We have to go to house grouping and we have to click the rulers supports, because ruler supports are the one which are being shown here. Ruler supports, yes, you can see the colors. This is what we are going to show there in the home page. So now click here, control B. You can see now that significator and the ruler supports. Let us keep this here. Right. Now let us check the destiny. Destiny planet is 10th Lord. 10th Lord is Venus and 10th cuspal sublord is which planet? 10th sublord is Mars. So Venus and Mars, these two planets we have to check. How is Venus and how is Mars? Venus is green, good, only 8th sublord. Star level pink, 2 level is pink, sublord is Mercury is good, last level again pink. So primary level, star level and 2 level has got pink shade, but sub level is fine. So 10th lord planet is in the star of a planet. It is talking about that investment and 10th house is moving towards 12 and 12. It is supportive for investment also, loss also for the professional prospects, and sublord planet, fortunately, it is supportive for the gain. So 10th lord planet in the star level is got some weakness. And as we discussed, which is the strong unfavorable key planet, pink shade, Ketu not very bad, and moon and Rahu can give trouble, and especially Jupiter and Saturn. Moon, Jupiter, and Saturn. So here we have got Moon itself, and Jupiter is there at the last level planet, and Saturn role is not there, but we have to check whether these planets are having that Saturn and Jupiter in their supports. So you can check Venus has got Jupiter in its supports. So Jupiter is passing ruler link to the Venus, and moon planet is having sun only, no issue. And sublord Mercury. Mercury has got Saturn here. You can see Mercury has got Saturn. Mercury has got Jupiter also, Saturn also. So both Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn is influencing this Mercury. Saturn is a unfavorable key planet, which is influencing the Mercury, and also star lord or the sublord Jupiter is also, influencing the Mercury. So that 10th lord planet influenced by the star level moon, and sublord is supportive, but star lord of the sublord Jupiter and also the other unfavorable key planet Saturn, they are influencing this. So you can see this, that 310 in the star of a planet supportive for investment, or we can say the loss or expenditures, but for the job prospects or for the profession or investment in the business. But that planet sublord is Mercury is favorable to 11. So the investment and supportive for gain also. Right? So that way it is fine only, but the influence of the Saturn to the Mercury and reducing the favorable strain, but that is not a very big thing. But Jupiter, star lord of the Mercury, Jupiter is talking about some weakness, representing Rahu also. That is also influencing the Mercury. So star level planet has got weakness, and sublord 2A level also has got weakness. Sublord planet under the influence of the Jupiter and also Saturn. So now let us check the 10th cuspal sublord Mars. Mars planet is 10th sublord in the star of Saturn itself. And 2A level, sub-level, Venus is good, but along with that 8th and 8th, these are all not good for the financial prospects. And star lord or the sublord is moon, again is playing role here. Now 10 sublord in the star of Saturn, that Saturn planet is weak, and star lord of the star lord and sublord is Venus is good. Look at Venus has got Jupiter in its supports. So Jupiter is there for the Venus. Jupiter is the 5-8 significator. Na? Jupiter is influencing the Venus. And whether Mars is under the influence of Saturn, Mars planet, yes, Mars is having Saturn. So Saturn is influencing Mars. So the favorable, the destiny planet in the star of weak Saturn and further influenced by the Saturn itself. That way that the favorable strength is getting reduced and it can favor for the troubles. And that Saturn in the star of Venus, that Venus is favoring. Definitely, it is reducing the unfavorable strain. And that is also having got 8th house, it is indicating some weakness. So it means the 10th sublord of planet Mars is under the influence of the unfavorable star lord Saturn directly, right? And Mars also having got the Saturn. The unfavorable planet influencing the destiny is Saturn straight away, and other unfavorable key planet influencing the other rulers of the destiny is Venus, influenced by the Jupiter. So Jupiter and Moon. So importantly, Saturn as a ruler, then comes Moon as a ruler, then comes the Jupiter as a supports. So these three planets are the unfavorable key planets influencing the destiny planet, right? So it indicates what? Destiny favorable for the business prospects, but also it is also supportive for or eligible for struggles and loss also, right? Because Moon and Saturn and Jupiter are strongly supportive for that. Now, Rahu Mahadasa. Rahu Mahadasa, the native is running. The question is that the native lost in the business in Rahu Dasa, running Mercury Bugdi, presently running Mercury Bugdi, and Jupiter Antra, previous Antra. Why not in Rahu, Jupiter, Mercury? Because Rahu, Mercury is running now. Previously, then would have run the Jupiter Bugdi. The Jupiter planet, which is supported as the Antra under the Mercury Bugdi, why not in Jupiter and Bugdi itself, the loss would have not happened. That we have to check it. Okay. Now let us check the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord is eligible for giving such loss. We have to check. Dasa Lord Rahu is pink shade. Star Lord itself is Jupiter. Rahu represents Jupiter. Star Lord also Jupiter. It is supportive for such a problem. 12 planet Sun is fine, and sublord is Mars. Mars in the star of Saturn. So this is the destiny planet in the star of Saturn. So this is experiencing this. This is weak. So that destiny plan, Dasa Lord itself is got some weakness. Star level, it is supportive with the Jupiter because of the unfavorable significator. Jupiter itself as the star lord. 2 level, sub-level are fine, but unfortunately, Saturn, the star lord of the sublord, itself is ruling the star lord of the sublord and forming ruler link also to the Mars. So this is the unfavorable key planet influencing the Rahu. So Dasa Lord, in the Dasa Lord, which are the unfavorable key planets of the destiny is playing, Saturn itself is playing at the last level and also forming ruler link to the sublord. And planet level and star level, that Jupiter itself is acting as the star lord to the, Rahu. Where is the role of the moon? Moon is playing role for the Rahu. Rahu is not having moon, and Jupiter also not having moon. It is having Ketu and Rahu only. But so the moon role is not significantly playing role here. But moon is there for sun planet. Yes, sun in the sign of moon. Only 12 planet moon is present. Moon is an important planet. The 12th lord and 12th occupant is significantly should play a role in giving the loss. That is there only in supports, but otherwise the 6 and 12 significator Rahu itself is supportive for the problem or loss in the business. So I will put this way, in Rahu Dasa, which are the unfavorable key planets playing role, making that Dasa Lord is weak. Let me clear this one. This is the Dasa Lord. In the Dasa Lord, Unfavorable key planet, I will circle that importantly Jupiter. Then comes Rahu because of this one, and representing Rahu, and Saturn strongly because influencing Mars also, and Sun has got Moon in supports. This is not very strongly signifying, but this is indicating trouble to that planet. But definitely during the Bugdilad, role of Moon is also important apart from this unfavorable key planet. So strong unfavorable key planet is Jupiter, Saturn, and then Moon. Then comes our Jupiter. Sorry, Rahu. So now the point is Jupiter Dasa, Rahu Dasa, Jupiter Bugdi was running. During the Bugdi of Jupiter, Jupiter itself, the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord Jupiter itself is playing as the Bugdi Lord. Now that Bugdi Lord in the star of Sun, that Sun is 111 to favorable. This is support, it is indicating some sort of changes or struggle or can cause trouble to that business also. But moving towards 1 and 11, it is favorable. Star Lord is fine. But you can see this is influenced by Moon, right? Because in the sign of Moon only, because we have seen that Sun has got Moon, Moon in the sign of Sun. So they are in sign exchange. Moon role is there at the star level planet by way of sign exchange. But this is fine. To a level planet, again Jupiter has come. So it is indicating some betterment, but again problem. Sublord planet Ketu is talking about 1591. This is indicating some weakness, but it is not indicating strongly unfavorable. It is not capable to give loss during its Bugdilad. Bugdilad should be strong enough. Bugdilad should have the key planet of the Dasa Lord Jupiter and Saturn and Moon in the ruler, definitely. If any planet is not there, that planet should be there in supports. So this is having some weakness, but Star Lord is not weak. So now let us check any other planet, what do you call that, other than the Jupiter, it is indicating unfavorable. Saturn itself is coming as the Dasal, that Bugdilad. Saturn planet is 6th lord, 7th lord. It is weak and the source level is weak. Star level Venus is green color planet with 8,000. It is not indicating any loss. Sublord also Venus. It is also not indicating any loss. So the role of Jupiter is not playing role here. And Moon is playing at the 2A level and 4th level. That is fine. But that star level planet and sub level planet and that role of Jupiter is not there, and the star level and sub level is favorable green color planet. So that is not indicating Saturn is going to give trouble. You understand? Now Mercury. Mercury planet is talking about second house, second lord, money, and 11th lord, success, and 15711. This is good to the Lagna, and also Lagna sublord itself is acting as the Bugdi lord. Mercury, the Karaga planet for the business also. Now that planet is in the star of Jupiter. Here Jupiter is acting as the star lord for this planet. Unfavorable key planet is acting as the star lord for Mercury. Here, Jupiter itself is acting as the Bugdi lord, but its star lord is fine. Here, star lord of the star lord is having that sun. That is fine, but it's also influenced by moon. Okay. Now, that good key planet, Mercury, always, as I said, the source planet, if it is talking about the primary favorable house to the Lagna, that is Lagna itself, or 11th house, it is good. And if it, and the primary unfavorable house, it is for the, suppose it is for the event, favorable key planet, suppose 10th Lord or 6th Lord, it is there in the source itself. That planet is the owner of that house and it is going to experience what star lord is giving. So that way we have to be very careful the source planet when we are talking about, right? Here source planet is talking about the second lord and 11th lord. Second lord matters are going to face this one, 5 and 8. It is not good. Lagna sublord also. It is indicating that house matters are going to experience changes and challenges. The Jupiter, the unfavorable key planet. And sublord planet is Venus, it's good only. Yes, that Venus is 3, 10, 10, and 2 and 8 has got weakness, but sublord seems to be good. But star lord of the sublord is Moon. You can see here also Venus and Moon, here also Venus and Moon. But the here before that Venus is taking as the sublord signification, planet and star lord combination has given some trouble. Then sublord it is going to further support to the trouble or it is support to the favorable, that we have to check it, right? Now, Mercury in the star of Jupiter is not good, and sublord planet is Venus. That Venus is it is good only, but Venus has got some weakness. We have to check the which planet is influencing the Bugdi Lord Jupiter. Either it is influencing the Venus also by way of supports and forming ruler link, because Venus is influenced by the Moon, our strong unfavorable key planet, which is also required. That Venus is reduced by the Moon. If Venus is further reduced by the unfavorable key planet through the support, then it is going to further unfavorable strength is going to be, the favorable strength is going to be reduced. Check the Venus. Venus in own sign and Rahu and Jupiter. Jupiter is there in support. It means Venus is getting the influence of the Jupiter. In other words, Jupiter is reducing the Mercury's significations. That Mercury also is having the Jupiter in support and other strong unfavorable Saturn also. So Mercury is influenced by the Jupiter also and Saturn also. And favorable strength are reduced by star level and also supports also. And the Jupiter also passing its rulers linked to the sublord planet, which is good, but that is being influenced by the 5-8 significator, that Jupiter, and further reduced by the star lord of the sublord Moon. So the important key planet which is influencing this, that Mercury is, the Jupiter is acting as the star lord and also afflicting the Mercury by way of supports, and also Saturn also influencing the Mercury, and sublord planet is favorable, but that is also, influenced by the Jupiter by way of supports forming ruler link. And further, Venus is in the star of Moon, that is also indicating loss, right? Because you can see this is 5-8 influenced by Rahu, that 6-12, and that Jupiter is forming ruler link to the Venus. It is 2nd and 8. It is, as I said, it is not good for the financial position. That is further increased or influenced by the Jupiter by way of 5 and significator, and this one is reducing the favorable strength. It is also supportive for loss. So Mercury planet is a good planet whenever the source planet is a good planet, that too with the primary house or with the favorable house to the Lagna. That already I have given in the self-signification level wise study. What are the important points? We have to check the source planet if it is having the 11th house. Then it is in the star of a planet, and second house in the star of a planet, the Lagna sublord in the star of a planet, which is having 5-8 grouping, along with the 6-12 grouping, it is indicating weakness to the second house, and further supported by the Venus, that again it is 2-8, that is also influencing the Jupiter, influenced by the Jupiter, and star lord of the sublord Moon also weak. So in other words, we can simply say that also that Mercury planet has got some weakness. Star level is weak and last level is also weak. And this also forming ruler link to the planet. And Saturn is there for Mercury in supports. Jupiter also there in support. Saturn also passing ruler link to the planet. So that way, the unfavorable key planets are influencing the Bugdi Lord by way of star level, and the star lord of the sublord are also forming a ruler link. These unfavorable key planets, which are influencing the Dasa Lord, they are all influencing the Bugdi Lord. So that is that Mercury is capable to give trouble to the native on the business. So that way, important key planet Moon, which is missing here, that Moon is playing role here at the last level planet, because that is 10 and 10 moving towards 12 and 12. So this is whether it is a business investment or not, because already having problem at the star level. So sublevel planet, it is also influenced by the problematic planet. So that is finally leading towards loss only. I think you are able to understand how far these significations are indicating. So once that Buddhi is strong enough to give the trouble, the Antrala to execute that issue, Jupiter is enough. Jupiter is the planet which is making that Buddhi Lord itself is weak, and afflicting the other planets also by way of support. So Jupiter is a strong planet, weakening the Buddhi Lord also, and that Jupiter itself, when it is acting as the Antra. Now that when it is acting as the Antra, already Jupiter, Rahu, and Mercury, Dasa and Buddhi combinedly, they are eligible to give trouble. Now, only thing is that certain planet as Andhra to execute the thing, that should signify that that is enough. Jupiter is already is weak. In the star of Sun, it is fine only, but Sun planet already influenced by Moon, and 2 level planet Jupiter already has come, and sublord planet that Ketu has come. That Ketu also under the influence of the Jupiter, because Ketu also having got the Jupiter. This is also having weakness, but it is directly not having the trouble at the star level planet. So because of that, Jupiter Buddhi is not strong enough. But whereas that Mercury Buddhi is strong enough. When the Buddhi Lord Mercury is strong enough to give the result in the Rahu Dasa, then Antra Lord to act as the Antra to execute that result, that Jupiter is enough. But Jupiter Buddhi cannot favor for the such trouble as under the Ragu Dasa, because Jupiter is on its own, it not very strongly unfavorable. I think we're able to understand how far this Mercury Jupiter supported, not Jupiter and Mercury supported for the loss. You can see one more thing also. Why not the other planets? Under that Rahu Dasa, Mercury Bugdi, why Jupiter only? After Mercury, you can see Ketu, Sun, Jupiter is only 12 level, Rahu, and these are all favorable only, not detrimental, because occupying Lagna 1 and 11 are favorable only. Then Venus is 10th lord in the star of Moon, and Mercury favorable. It is not giving way for loss during this period. It is supportive for investment, but for gain also. Because the role of Jupiter is not playing role here. And Sun planet in the star of Jupiter and sub of Rahu, it is indicating some weakness to the Lagna. Lagna is going to experience 5, 8, 1, 2. Lagna, if 5, 8, 1, 2, 3 are favorable, 5, 1, 2, 3 are favorable to the Lagna. It is not unfavorable to the Lagna. So because of that, it is not indicating any loss. Right here, money is going to experience this. 11th is going to experience this. You understand? And here, 12th Lord in the star of Ketu, not weak. It is not talking about any loss also. That Saturn is indicating that weakness, but it is not indicating any loss, because the role of the key planet Jupiter is not playing role. Saturn role is there, Jupiter role is not there, and this is not very strongly favorable for any loss. Because of that, in the Ragu Dasa, Jupiter is the star lord, and the Jupiter is the star lord for the Mercury also, and also other unfavorable key planets. Moon is playing role, and Mercury is under the influence of the strong unfavorable key planet Saturn and also Jupiter. When the Buddhi Lord is weak, that too the planet Mercury is the business planet. Always, whenever the Mercury is playing as the Dasar Buddhi, especially for the people who are running the business, that is the Karaka planet for business also. When that itself in the star of a planet, or that planet itself can have in self significations unfavorable significator of 8 and 12 or 6, 8, 12, that is capable to give trouble. That planet is not having any unfavorable on its own, but in the star of Jupiter has got the weakness supported by Rahu, this grouping, and Mercury also influenced by Jupiter by way of supports and also Saturn. That is important point. And sublord is supportive, but sublord is also under the influence of Jupiter, and sublord planet importantly is in the star of Moon. That is indicating loss. Suppose instead of Venus, that sublord planet is not Venus. It is Mercury only, for example. Definitely, that planet would have experienced the problem, but not the great extent. It will somehow the Lagna will try to balance because Mercury in the star of Jupiter supportive for some struggle, right? But here Venus is in the star of Moon. It is talking about loss. This is 10th house matters are going to experience the loss. Here, second house matters is going to experience 8 and also loss. But when this is going to happen, this is going to, as sublord, Mercury in the sublord, Mercury itself it is playing, that will give some challenges and a struggle to the business, but not like this loss. You understand? That is the important point that we have to keep it in mind. So in the Mercury Bugdi, unfavorable key planet influencing the Bugdi Lord for the loss. That supporting key planets are Jupiter and Moon and indirectly Saturn. So that is the way that it is supported. So during that period, the planet which is under the influence of the Moon and also Saturn and importantly Jupiter will favor for the such problem. So Jupiter in the star of Sun, Lagna is having got the sign exchange with the trouble giving planet 12 significator. So Lagna is going to face this one because already the trouble is indicated in the Bugdi. Because of that, that Jupiter as a Bugdi Lord is not strong enough, but Andhra it is strong, it is supportive for such execution of the trouble. And sublord also it is not very good to recover for the, any gain and all. It is also under the influence of the Jupiter. That Ketu represents Mercury. That Mercury also under the influence of Saturn, and under the Mercury only it is running. That Ketu Mercury itself under the influence of Saturn and Jupiter. So because of that, the native got the loss during Ragu Dasa, Mercury Bugdi, and Jupiter Antra. I think you're able to understand how far these built conditions are useful and how far that level-wise study is important. I think you're able to understand such a study in, comparative study in a particular dasa and bugdi and antra. That is most important in give you good practice. So we will meet in the next example. Good luck.